Okay, what I'm going to start with is my influences really. I think a good basis of teaching you how to do cool stuff is to start with the coolest stuff that I know, which is obviously influenced by a lot cooler people than me. So, two of my main influences in my playing, my lead playing, is Dimebag Darrell and Zach Wild. Zach Wild mostly for the pentatonic stuff and the kind of the bends and the very aggressive, you know, picking style. And it kind of, you can feel the kind of emotion and the rawness in the notes. And Dimebag really for the trickery, just the fancy shit. Cool. So what I'm going to do is start with Dimebag Darrell, the influence he's had on me, and the main thing we're going to stick on for today is dive bombs. And if you don't know what dive is, it's one of these. Now I'm going to show you how to do natural harmonics, which will lead us into how to do a dive bomb. So the natural harmonic that I'm going to stick with today is on my G string, which is just above the 5th fret. If you don't know how to get a natural harmonic, all you have to do is put your finger very lightly on the string. You're not pressing down, you're not applying any force, you're just making contact with the string just above your fret wire and just picking like normal. You're not doing anything special with this hand. You're just getting that really high pitched, very clear note. Just practice getting that. Okay, so we're playing in the key of A. Okay, so there's your natural harmonics. That was a bit blank. Anyway, so you get your dive bomb. Is you depress, you flick off to get the momentum on the string, so you've got some vibration going on the string, and you depress straight away, loosening the string. You won't lose its momentum as long as you depress quick enough. The aim is not to stay on the actual that sound for too long. It's just a route to get you to the where we're going at the moment. So very quickly, you know, you go down as fast as you can without losing the momentum. You don't go like that. That's just pointless. So, and then what you do, once it's depressed and you've got to the very end of your kind of depress, you put your finger on the string where your natural harmonic is, or where you aim for the harmonic. So you get the harmonic at the very lowest of the string's tension. And then what you do, once you've got the harmonic, so let's find the note, you've got it there, put your hand out there, and then just raise up. And once you've really confident and getting it like that, to get the extra range on the kind of dive bomb, the ascendancy and the descend, this is how Dimebag does it. He kind of turns it around like that, so he's got more control over the depress. So flick off, depress, and find your note, and then just extend. And I'll do that as slow as I can without losing the momentum. Just like that. Okay, so there's a couple of other places that you can get these natural harmonics, and the hardest one to get, I know we talked about the number 5, the 5th fret on your G. Another one that you can use is, this is going to sound odd, is at fret 2.5. And by 2.5, that's very rough. I mean halfway, no, it's halfway on the actual 3rd fret. It's like, you know, halfway from the 2nd onto the 3rd. It might be a little bit of it, it's more like 2.7 if I'm honest. It might do, you know, I'll show you where it is. It's, you can just search if you want to. Much of a sound once the string's in full tension, but what you're doing, you're aiming for that note, and this is the highest range of highest note range of a dive bomb that you can get on your guitar. If you really want to mess around with it, get another one down there if you really fancy going for it. But yeah, so it's exactly the same as before, but with this one, because it's such a kind of tight spot, you really, as soon as you get the note, you've got to get off as fast as possible. So as soon as you find it, and like again, once you feel comfortable doing it, you use the kind of Dimebag technique of using the whammy bar the opposite way, it gives you the extra range. There you are. Okay, so just a quick continuation of that, and that's kind of your basic way of you know, how to do your dive bomb. So you've got your highest range there. Now here's a little cheat that I do, because the same frequency, it's a little bit harder to get, but I find it easier because the string's a lot looser down there, is at kind of 14.5. Because the fret's smaller, the note's a lot easier to find. So when I do it, do that. So it's exactly the same. Still the same. Okay, so this is a Joe Satriani technique that's pretty hard to do. I guarantee I'm going to do about 5 different takes of this, and you're probably going to see this flicker a few times because I can't manage to get it straight away. But how Joe Satriani does his dive bomb is on his open G or B, because you can do the same thing as on your B as well. He gets a pinched harmonic, which is one of the on an open string, which is quite tough, because you have to find your sweet spot. So let's say it's there. So he just gets his pinched harmonic, so he sounds the note before he depresses. Like that. It's very tough, and what you've got to do with your pinched harmonic is find that sweet spot, which is just there. You're kind of using your other hand to dip the bar down, like that. It looks quite impressive on stage, but I found every time I've tried to do it, all I've ended up doing is getting just like a bit of a knob, really. So it's food for thought anyway. It's a good thing to practice. If you get it in your G, you know, good luck. So what I've done, I've gone through all these other types of dive bombs that I've learned off other people, and I'm going to go through one that I kind of discovered by myself. It's kind of a harmonised one. It's 2 dive bombs kind of going on at once, and it kind of goes down, and as it comes up the notes are fighting each other all the way through its kind of ascend, and it sounds mental. And the story behind this is I got a Dimebag Darrell flame, you know, the one with the big flames on it. And the first time I got on it, I bought it already, they ordered it into the shop, and I said, oh dude, can I have a go on it quick, you know, because, you know, I was in college, it was like midday, and I wasn't going to be able to have a go on it until I got home. And I was like, dude, can I have a really quick go on it? I got into the booth, did an actual harmonic, I went down, and it happened. And at the time I thought, God, this guitar is amazing that it sounds like that. And then I didn't realise what I'd done. I tried to do it at home for ages, and I couldn't do it. And then, like, I was just messing around with the harmonics, like, and then I got that, you know, I did both of them once, I went down and got it, and I was like, the guitar taught me something. It's probably the man upstairs, well, I don't know, probably not. Okay, so what this sounds like is this. And you can get it in other places as well. When I discovered it, it was the 2 5s, the G and the B. You can do it on the 7s as well. Very much like the it's a little bit like the Joe Satriani one, is you find the note before you depress. You don't get the natural harmonic, you get the natural harmonic before you depress, if you understand. So you get the notes, you go down, and you just go up without messing about. So literally both 5s at once, and like as I said, that you can hear the notes fighting each other. Sounds I haven't shown anybody that ever, so you should feel very lucky that I've shown you that. I'm not saying it's the best thing on the planet, but you know, it's not very often that a guitarist finds something he created himself that he's like, whoa, that's kind of cool. So, if I've ever learned anything that would be of any use to anybody else, that was probably it. You lucky bastards.